Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and today I'm enjoying some of the fall weather out on my front porch, and I wanted to show you all two projects that I did for my Halloween front porch. Okay, so my Halloween front porch is done at this point. There's always things I want to add, but I always try to cut myself off the first week in October that I don't do any additional things, because then I just really want to stop and enjoy what's already there, which is nice. You can see a lot of the blooms are really coming to fruition. All of the petunias, these beautiful planters I put together are doing great. And of course my haunted house, everything's just looking really nice. But I did do two really fun projects. One of them is nature inspired, and it's a beautiful witch's broom. Okay, so earlier this year I trimmed a bunch of branches from my smoke bush tree and I saved them and I kind of entwined them because I thought they looked like a broom, which I thought was cool. And so what I ended up doing is adding a bunch of natural elements to this design to get this gorgeous broom, witch's broom. So let me show you guys how that process went. Okay, so earlier this year when I was trimming back my smoke bush, I had some longer branches that I took and I kind of twisted them into a broom shape. And basically I like the idea of like being able to make a broom from natural elements. And I could stick with all natural elements from my garden, but I do want to add a little bit of color to this as well. So what I've done is I picked up a bundle of dried elements. So I think these are from Home Goods. And basically I'm just going to take these elements, I'm going to spread some of them out, see what we've got, but I'm going to start with a lot of these type of elements. And what I want to do is basically just start working them in between the branches here, with the idea being that I'm really going to fill out this design quite a bit. Okay, and basically when working with twine, I'm just going to work with one longer piece to start off with, and I've got my hot glue gun heating up just as well. So I'm just going to tie like this little bundle together, nice and tight. I'm going to remove this second bundle that I had put in. And following just that, I'm just going to use my piece of twine to kind of wrap around just a couple of times. And I'm going to tie it back to the original start piece, just like that. And I'm going to rotate my broom. And I did not cut off that piece of twine. Although I could. I think I am going to. So again, I'm going to start again. And so then I'm going to take, once again, wrap that twine around a couple of times and then tie back to the original starting place. Cut. Looks like I have enough for two more bundles of this particular one. And I picked up one that just like had some color in the bundle. I really didn't want it to be like all brown. Just slide it in. Just like that. I think I could put some maybe right in this area. All right, right, and then I'm just going to continue layering in some additional elements. Just doing little bits at a time. And using that same method. Now you could try to glue all this in. I think it would be really hard, in that I think I would also end up like burning my fingers pretty bad. So I think this works better for me. All right, I'm gonna start looking for kind of what I feel is the front of the broom. I feel like this is probably the front of the broom. Oh, hit my fan. All right, so I'm gonna lay it with the front of the broom facing up, and then I'm really gonna work to focus some more detailed elements on the front. Here are these cool fans. Let's see if I can kind of wedge them up into the space. I've also got some more. These guys, we use some of these on some of my planter designs. I think I might end up gluing some of those up. I'm going to layer this piece right on the top. Yeah, that's looking really, really nice. Very autumnal. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is put some hot glue on the end of these and try to track some of these up into here. Might actually just get them all the way up and then just put a touch of glue to hold them in place. And I'm trying not to put them in the front because their stems have like a very just harsh, strong, linear look to them. And I don't want like this big line right up front. I'm not gonna lie, this is super fun. I can make one of these every year and just have this beautiful collection of brooms in a few years, which would be super fun. Okay, and finally, so I've got like this big open part on my broom. I think I'm gonna use some of my loofah to kind of wrap around this. I really like kind of the natural aspect of that. I think it looks really cool. And of course it's a substance that I already had. Now, when trying to get hot glue to set without burning your fingers, just use the tip of your scissors like that and hold it so that the hot glue can dry. Okay, I've got some more of this netting, which is a reoccurring element in my Halloween designs. So I'm literally just going to cut a strip of it off and use it for winding around the loofah. And this is the front of the broom here. I'm going to pull it tight. Actually, I think I'm just going to tie it in a knot right here. And then let those elements kind of hang down. Okay, then there was this little seed pod that was in the setup of dried elements, and there was a little pumpkin. Let me see if I can find where that went. So I'm going to glue those little accents on. Oh my God, I love it so much. Okay, so I love the broom so much. I can totally see myself like creating one of these each year, each of them a little bit different. Love the colors, love the styling, love the idea of it just propped up on the porch like the witch just ran into the house. Okay, and then one of the last touches I needed was a wreath for my front door. I didn't want to spend a ton of money, and there are some beautiful wreaths out there, but I wasn't interested in spending $7,500 on a wreath. And so I ended up putting together this design with items mostly from the Dollar Tree. Let me show you that process. Okay, so I'm going to do a voiceover here because I was watching a movie with my kids while I was working on this. So the wreath itself is from Hobby Lobby, but all of the elements going on it are from the Dollar Tree, including these plastic potion bottles that I went ahead and stuck some apothecary inspired stickers on that I had gotten from Temu last year, and I used them for another project this year as well that I actually haven't put out a video on. And I have this little wax thing that imprints into wax, so I just used hot glue and then pressed it against the hot glue until it dried, and then went back with a paint pen to really help bring out the design. Okay, so I started laying out my items. I had 3 of these plastic potion bottles that I had just created. I also had these kind of cardboard books. They actually open up and you store stuff in them. Those are from the Dollar Tree. I thought they were super cute. They came in 4 different sizes. I also, at the very top, I had a plastic, I guess, crystal ball that I was working into the design. I used a bunch of this dried Spanish moss to kind of age everything. I thought it looked really nice because it smoothed the transitions between these larger objects that I had glued onto the wreath, and just kind of tucking it in. I didn't even hot glue this stuff into place. It kind of just grabbed on to everything, which I think looked really nice, and I think goes a long way to kind of bring this entire design together. I also used some of this kind of netted ribbon and created just some very basic bows, mixing purple, black, and orange, and put those into place. And then I tucked in some of these sparkly Halloween picks. Both the ribbon and the picks are from the Dollar Tree. Tuck those in. I thought they were interesting, especially like anything that looked like a feather or fall leaf. I thought it added a lot of color and texture to the design. Okay, I didn't want the design to get too cutesy. I do like a little bit of a creepy, scary factor. So I put these giant tarantulas on the wreath. They are also from the Dollar Tree. I also tucked in tons of glittery pumpkins, both orange and black pumpkins. And then I also went back with little miniature spiders. I felt like it was important, especially for the miniature spiders, to look like they were crawling on the objects, like crawling over the wreath. So I really tried to arrange them in that kind of direction. Once I had everything in place, I took a few of these spider webs and I stretched them over the wreath. I found that the thinner I pulled these spider webs, the more real they kind of looked. Anywhere where it was like really gathered it up looked fake. So I really just removed a whole bunch and really just worked on just stretching them as thin as possible over the design. And I think this really went a long way to kind of encapsulate the whole design, bring it all together, making it all as one, and then really kind of give it a little bit more of an authentic look. So I think this turned out really, really good. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I love it. I think it ties back into some of the other details on my porch where I've done a lot of like the witch's potion bottles and such. It's very happy with the overall price. It's actually very lightweight because it's the Dollar Tree stuffs, right? So it's all like paper and plastic. And I do hope that this will hold together for years to come. I think like the more like beat up and like older it kind of gets, it's going to look actually better, which I think is very cool. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these two crafts that I put together this season. I do a lot of crafting. I don't show a lot of it like on my YouTube channel. And actually, I mean, this stuff is more crafting. I do a lot more like projects, artistic projects. But I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing this for seasonal things. And so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing just a little bit of background. I always like to make something for my house each season. I think it's just really, really fun. I like to do it on the cheap, and both of these projects were very inexpensive, but they're beautiful, and I think that I'm going to really enjoy them for years to come. All right, you all, let me know your thoughts on these projects and if you're doing anything for your Halloween or fall porch. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow my channel so much. And if you don't feel comfortable dropping a comment, just drop me an emoji below letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you say hi. And be sure to check me out on my social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.